The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clanarchy for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, it's just real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, or excuse me, not tonight, fucking this afternoon, nigga. What? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm your host for this afternoon, Patscorpio, the New England representative. You know, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? LB, Lauderdale Boss, Shutterworth da Gawd artist, Soul Wars creator, Ring Gang Radio.
Hey, all right. And then also we got my other man in the house. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, King P, Bodega Boxing. Let's get it.
Hey, Bodega in the house. That's what I'm talking about. And, you know, last but certainly not least, yo, we got another man's in the house. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's good, nigga? You already know who the fuck it is. It's that boy Room. What's good? Shot City in the building. Chi-Town stand up.
Hey, Chi-Town in the house. Word up. So yeah, niggas. So so what I want to talk about today, and because it seems to be like a very controversial topic in the world of entertainment today. And no, we're not talking about that Malik Yoba stuff. I mean, that's different. I mean, that's a disappointment in itself.
Pause.
Yeah, you know. I mean, it hurts in a way, but you know, like I said, Hollywood has the way of dealing with black people that in ways that we can't understand, that we're not in the industry. But,
I wiped all the memories of New York Undercover out of my head now.
Dog, you know what I'm saying? I used to champion try to get them shits on DVD or Blu-ray release, man, because you know, you don't ever see the reruns like that. You know, but now
you don't. And Ice-T was a top villain in that shit, man. Yes. Niggas don't know.
Yes, you know what I'm saying, but unfortunately, you know, we have to cancel. I have to cancel it because, like I said, you know, I had a certain Malik Yoba in my mind was a real dude and a child actor, but you know, his mind ain't right now. So I'm going to cancel him. Which segues into a topic that I want to talk about: cancel culture. Cancel culture is something that is permeating all types of things. You know, if people don't like what you got to say or do, you know, they find a way to get rid of them, even for no reason. And the special Netflix that just came out last month, like a couple weeks ago, Dave Chappelle, Sticks and Stones, is a special, probably the first real special that really goes against the grain of cancel culture, and in doing so has been quite controversial to say the least. But I mean, little backstory, you know, like I said, I mean, I'm an early 80s baby, so for comedy, specifically black comedy, it began and ended with Eddie Murphy. You know, Eddie Murphy was raw as fuck. Hence one of the names of his special, Raw. He had Delirious, and he had some of his movies. Some of the movies has language and stuff in there that, you know, that people consider non-PC, you know, and it was hailed as genius, you know, and I mean, LB knows what I'm talking about. And then, you know, it continued into the 90s, you know, the Def Comedy Jam generation, where it pushed the envelope a little further as, you know, Eddie was seen as, you know, of course, you know, we had, you know, Richard Pryor, who was, of course, it was in a decline in the 80s, and you had Red Fox, was also in a little bit of a decline in the 80s, you know, they pushed the envelope, and then, of course, you had the waves in the 80s as well. Then you have the 90s, you have your Martin, you have your Chris Rocks that blew up, you have Comic Food.
The funny niggas. To me, I don't know. To me, Eddie Murphy wasn't really that funny.
What?
I'm not gonna lie.
What? Nigga, what?
Maybe because I'm young.
It's a generation thing. You gotta. It's a generation.
Maybe it could be that, but I feel like nigga was just weird on stage. That's what I look at it like.
Oh my god.
He was just a weird nigga on stage.
I hope this nigga's not a Kevin Hart fan. Please don't.
Hell no.
Okay,
That nigga's even weirder on stage. My favorite comedian ever is Bernie Mac, nigga. That's my favorite comedian ever.
Okay.
That nigga make me laugh forever.
Okay. I can understand that because you didn't like jump the whole goddamn shark. You know, I would have had to boot you out of this conversation. I can't take no blasphemy, but yeah.
But that's the thing. Eddie Murphy been in like some like that's one thing. He only was getting on that nigga stand up. Like as far as movies and shit, like
Yeah.
Even his movies, nigga, is goofy ass comedy. I don't really like that shit.
Damn, see, I was trying to save you a little bit, but now it's like fuck you, there, nigga.
This nigga just doubled down on this shit, nigga.
Nigga, Nutty Professor was funny, but nigga, it's like some weird shit. You can't tell me Eddie Murphy not no weird shit. Nigga, Charlie Murphy to me is funnier than Eddie Murphy. Nigga.
Nah, hell no.
Yeah, I don't think he would have told you that.
Yeah, even Charlie would come back from the dead and say, "Nigga, fuck out of here."
This is an opinion, though. This is straight my opinion. I don't really like Eddie Murphy comedy.
A bad one.
As someone who's actually been around Charlie Murphy in real life, you know, Charlie Murphy would slap you himself for saying that. Probably he would slap you for saying that.
Damn, so Coming to America ain't a classic?
No, that shit funny as fuck. That's not really that goofy like that. But I'm talking about like the Norbits and the fucking
he had already kind of fell off by Norbit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The daddy daycares,
Yeah.
But I like Beverly Hills Cop. That shit raw as fuck. I seen all of them shit. That's not as goofy. That's not as goofy as his other movies though.
No. When I think of Eddie Murphy movies, I always think because I grew up with Nutty Professor, Dr. Dolittle, like that shit.
Goofy. Y'all naming the little. I'm thinking about Beverly Hills Cop, Harlem Nights.
Yeah,
Coming to America.
I'm thinking that's why I'm just saying.
Yeah, see, those are the good movies. Those are the good ones.
1990, baby.
Yeah,
I don't be thinking of Dr. Dolittle and shit, you know.
No.
Fucking Norbit.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, Life even. You know, I mean, like
like Life, like yeah.
Both
nigga, I was born in '95, nigga.
I was born in '90.
So yeah. So LB, you're probably right. It is a generation.
Get all these young motherfuckers off this shit, then. Hold on, when we talking about town business, we talking about grown folk business, then.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, LB, you're right. Though. I guess for Eddie Murphy, it is kind of a generational thing because, like I said, you know, the '80s, you know, we had Coming to America, Harlem Nights, and shit like that, and these niggas had.
Yeah, they got the watered down.
We had Dr. Dolittle 2, 3, 4, 5. We had Daddy Daycare. We had Norbit. We had. Nigga, come on.
They only got Money Mayweather. They ain't get Pretty Boy Floyd. So that's
exactly.
I got Pretty Boy Floyd.
Nigga, you got fucking Norbit, nigga.
When I got older and went back to the movies, I was like, okay, this nigga witty, he funny, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really like them goofy ass movies he got.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's your opinion. We don't share that among the majority of Ring Gang here. You know, but yes, I mean, for our listeners out there, I mean, you have to forgive Rome. Rome, you know, he just woke up, bro. He don't know what he's talking about. He didn't even brush his teeth yet either. So,
and I'm on the gas.
You say he's clearly a different type of nigga. You know what I mean? So
weird. Like he was going off that.
So yes, in the '90s we had the Bernie Macs, the Chris Rock, the Jamie Foxx, the Martin Lawrence, and all that stuff, man. And then
Eddie Griffin, D.L. Hughley,
yes, all of them. Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, you know what I mean. And then even Mike Epps, although he didn't really blow up until a little bit later. But then also another comic we had, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle has been around for a minute. I mean, I think the first time I saw him was on Def Comedy Jam and also on that Robin Hood movie. Men
in Tights, yeah, classic.
That shit is a classic word. And then he made his cameos. He had that horrible show Buddies, which I didn't like, but then he was in Nutty Professor, Becky Warrington, and he was he was in Con Air and Woo.
Half Baked.
Which is a pothead classic and a classic in general, and then
facts.
Yes, facts. And then of course he blew up with Chappelle's Show, Chappelle Show, obviously, you know, lasted about 3 seasons. He was only on board for 2 of them. And of course, that blew him up into the atmosphere. And after Chappelle Show, and of course, he did Undercover Brother around that time too, which was also a classic, to me at least. You know, he kind of fell back from that comedy. Also, he was in Blue Streak too. That was a
Blue
kid.
Streak. That nigga was funny as fucking Blue Streak. No, he was funny as fucking Blue Streak.
Yeah, that's why I picked up. That's why I picked up. He told me I can't read too good. I always tell that to my lady every time. You know, I quote unquote bash her. You know, and saying that she's not doing something right. I always say she can't read good. You know, because that shit was too much of a classic line for me not to put into my everyday vernacular. But yeah, you know, he kind of fell back from Hollywood. You know, because due to the couple skits on the third season of Chappelle Show that he felt that white people were laughing a little bit too hard on. But it's hard about. So I mean, he did the stand up, Kill Him Softly, and all that other stuff. And he had classic stand up in that period too. But he kind of fell back and just did his thing for a little bit. He had the block party, and you know, he was just enjoying the $50 million that he got from Comedy Central. But you know, he came. You know, then he started coming back, not to Hollywood really, but just in terms of doing his special
on his own terms.
On his own terms, right? Netflix was paying him a grip, you know, to do these specials, and also he hosted that 25th anniversary of Def Comedy, which he killed that, you know, on some freestyle shit. Like they were like, you could tell he was clearly high. Him and DL Hewley were on one, and he killed that shit on some freestyle shit. So now his latest special, Sticks and Stones, you know, Dave, a little older, a little more brolic than he used to. Not as animated as he used to be. I mean, Dave was a good physical comedian, you know, as well as a, you know, stand-up. But this time he's pretty laid back, and he
rocking the Ghostbusters outfit.
No, his third girl Jenkins outfit from Half Baked.
Like he just got through cleaning a school. The nigga was like, all right, fuck it.
No, I'm saying,
TI and ATL starter pack.
You know, I was waiting for him to pull an Abbas Jabba and start eating that shit, bro. You know. Oh man, but yeah, no, literally, like this time in this world, this comedic entertainment world, where you can't be PC because, you know, a lot of things are accepted in today's society, and hey, you know, live and let live. But, you know, Dave Chappelle is like, nah, nigga, I'm going to talk about this shit and talk about how I see it in my life. And I don't think a lot of people like that very much, outside of course the black community.
Fuck Travis.
No, I think people like it. I think the media is trying to stir it to make it look like nobody likes it because it's so against the grain. They don't want people to have those same thoughts.
They don't want a wave to happen where more people are doing that shit. I agree with
exactly.
Ron.
So they're trying to. The corporations are like, yo, let's try to keep this shit suppressed, so niggas don't feel the same way and be like, you know what, fuck it, let whatever do whatever.
Everybody gonna have a little rated R, unrated special, you know, fuck that, you know, fuck a cancel culture.
But I'm sure the people
be making mixtapes off of it.
I'm sure the masses thought that shit was hilarious, like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
And
nobody really.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. It's like, damn, this nigga's right. Type shit.
No, but seriously though, it is crazy though. Like, I mean, you have like people like Vice, Vice.com, and you have Rotten Tomatoes. Like when we talk about this is a 0%. You know, David, he's homophobic, he's transphobic.
Yeah, but who run those sites? Who run those platforms?
Yeah,
white people.
Fuck
and with agendas too. Like,
yeah,
a lot of their agendas is like right on their sleeve. Like,
I heard after they opened up Rotten Tomatoes to the public, it jumped from 0% to 99%. Because they opened up the voting for it to the public. Because before, they have the people behind Rotten Tomatoes vote on it. Yeah, and they all gave it a 0.
The so-called critics.
Yeah, fuck
exactly. That. And there's no way y'all giving Kevin Hart irresponsible five stars and y'all giving this nigga a 0.
Hell no.
You feel me?
Yeah, fuck all that shit.
But you know, Kevin Hart, he has the media. He got the agenda.
He got the people behind.
Yeah.
He got the force behind.
They want him to succeed. They don't want any more Dave Chappelles. They don't want people who above. They so real and they so above all the bullshit. They could come get their multi-million-dollar deal. Yeah. Don't have to bow down, kiss nobody ass, say what they want, and leave.
Talk about whatever they want.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle has fuck you money.
See, the thing is, though, think of how I always think about black comedy in general is they only let one black comedian shine, and right now it's Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is, I mean, we all know. I mean, like I said, you know, Eddie was the dude, and then Martin was the dude, and then Chappelle was the dude. With Jamie Foxx, you know, kind of rising. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned him too because he was, you know, he was that dude for a hot minute. But it's never just like multiple black comedians shining at the same time. I don't think I've really seen it in that. Like there's one main dude and then others play the role, and then eventually one will get bumped up. And I think this is where Kevin Hart is now the quote unquote the black comedian of this era right now. And that's how I feel. I mean, that's how I've always seen it in a way. And like even Bernie Mac was a victim of this too when Steve Harvey blew up before he did, you know. So it's like, you know, it's always been the same way. But yeah, whereas Kevin doesn't really. Kevin's comedy is safe for the most part. I mean, I'll never knock Kevin Hart because I mean the grind was there. I mean, Kevin Hart has made me laugh. There's no question about that. Yeah. And he is talented. But I just think, I mean, now I think he's cookie cutter right now. I mean, he does what he does. He plays the role, and you know, gets his dollars. Hold
on. Would you say he made better movies than Eddie Murphy?
Nigga,
No.
Nigga, I didn't say that. You putting words in my mouth, nigga. I didn't say that.
No, I'm saying, would you? I'm asking.
No, he has not made better movies than. Kevin Hart has not made better movies than Eddie Murphy. He has talent to do so, but he hasn't really done it yet. And it's his
funnier movies. I wouldn't say he has better movies. I say he has funnier movies.
That in itself
his best movie was the fucking Kevin Hart's best movie was the Toy
Soul
Soldiers
Plane.
fucking movie.
Soul Plane.
Paper Soldiers. Paper Soldiers is my personal favorite. Kevin Hart.
That's Kevin Hart ain't make a funnier movie than Paper Soldiers, bro.
That's also
that shit funny.
Yeah, Paper Soldiers was raw Kevin Hart,
and that was before he blew up.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we want to talk about his funniest movie when he blew up. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Probably the shit with The Rock, and not Jumanji, but the other one.
Central Intelligence.
Yeah, either that or the shit with Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
what about the shit? What about the shit with Ice Cube?
Nah.
No, that shit was funny.
It's a poor man's Bad Boys.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I enjoyed the Wedding Ringer. That one I'll give Kevin Hart that.
Yeah, the Wedding Ringer was funny.
Yeah, and then the movie.
None of those are classics. Hold on, because I know I got my shit dropped a little bit, but I heard niggas just talking about Kevin Hart got funnier movies than Eddie Murphy. Who was saying that shit?
Nigga, that's true.
Who you think?
Damn, nigga, you want the fade that bad?
Nigga, I'm 80s personified and bona fide, nigga. I don't say shit like that, nigga. Shit.
Kevin Hart ain't never made a funnier movie than Eddie Murphy, man.
Especially at their peaks. Eddie Murphy's movies at his peaks right now are still.
You would have to put Paper Soldiers up against all his other shit, like his classics.
No, you right. I'm making bold statements, nigga. This weed strong. My fault.
Oh, you already got the fallback right there.
Nigga said you right.
You right. I was just thinking, nigga, Soul Plane, but Soul Plane is funnier than Nutty Professor, nigga.
Nigga, don't claim me.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you can argue that, but
and Norbit and all that other shit. Nigga, Eddie Murphy just got substance movies. Kevin Hart really ain't got no substance movies like that.
Cause it's the same movie.
No.
Kevin Hart movie the same.
I mean, the best Kevin Hart movie acting wise is it's not really funny in that like haha funny because the topic is the shit with the Breaking Bad dude, that plays the quad in the wheelchair. That was actually a great movie, but I mean, the funny was not haha funny. It was just funny within the context of, the issues that were going on. And I mean, I don't know if you niggas seen it or not. I mean, I thought it was probably Kevin Hart's probably best acting today.
Man, no one sees that nigga to act, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was bored one day, so I watched that shit. So it was actually,
You was hella bored that day.
nah, nigga. Suggestion for all you niggas, man, to actually watch that shit, nigga. So,
Man, I got so many suggestions that are ahead of that damn movie.
But yes, Dave Chappelle. Like, like I said, Dave Chappelle pretty much he started. First, this nigga was out here singing Prince when he was, singing that Prince joint. Was it 1999? There we go. I'm over here like not thinking of the name of that.
I didn't know what the fuck that nigga was singing. I thought he was freestyling. I was like, yo, what is this nigga doing?
Yeah, but
the crowd sang along. I was like, damn, he dropped the track. I didn't even know, bro.
It was like bars.
No, but seriously, I mean, that nigga, he started off raw, like talking about, of course, Michael Jackson, like talking about this nigga's been dead for 10 years and he has 2 new cases. And then he started going into the molesting children shit. And that's why I was like, okay, like this nigga's really, he's really going there. And he went past that shit too. Like, it wasn't like, I mean, talk about bringing up Macaulay Culkin and all types of things like that.
He was on one of them.
No,
I'm not a pedophile.
I was. I can never, like, every time I think of Michael Jackson joke, like his joke in his previous stand-up that he did was always the best when it came to the fucking Michael Jacksons. Like, and they got the nerve to say that that's abuse, molestation. No, motherfucker, that is a good host. I could barely a glass of juice at his house. Yeah. A roller coaster ride and my dick sucked.
And that's what I'm saying though. This thing is just raw, and he was talking about, of course, Anthony Bourdain, who was a chef and flew around the world and all that type of stuff, and then he ended up killing himself in a suite in France. I'm like, okay, that's how this shit is gonna start, okay. And and you can hear the referee. I mean, you can hear the audience. They like some of them were just groaning because you could tell they were clearly uncomfortable with this shit because this nigga was really.
That nigga just started it like, just said that nigga's name, like Anthony Bourdain. Niggas was like, ooh.
Talking about Michael Jackson likes to look at buttholes and shit like that, and a kid getting his dick sucked by a king of pop. I was just like, okay, wow. Awesome.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't expecting certain shit he was saying, but when he said it, I was like, yo.
How was my weekend?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, the shit he said that really got the crowd was the whole he went in on the ATL and he was talking about some of these husbands are here with their wives.
Yeah.
Nigga, that crowd got so silent.
Yo, he was Atlanta. I mean, let's put it. I've been to Atlanta, and let's just say it's an interesting city, bruh. It's a very interesting city.
For real?
Yeah,
bro. I ain't never saw a nigga with finger waves until I went to Atlanta.
Finger waves.
Bruh. Okay,
and it was at Six Flags of all places.
What the fuck?
So who's going to an amusement park doing that shit?
Nigga, I went to the mall over there, and me and my boy we went to the mall over there, and this was like during like the peak time when they be out there, and like obviously I'm not a homophobic person, but like that, live and let live, what I'm saying? I have gay friends, I have lesbian friends or whatever, but some of them, but they're like normal. They're not out there, they're not like flamboyant.
Now hold on, let me do the PG question. So what makes them normal?
He got G's and he got L's. And a few B's. With the T's.
Yo, when he said that shit, I lost it. I was like, and low key, I seen the double meaning he was setting up with how they run shit.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the alphabet, the alphabet people skit was absolute classic.
Hilarious.
It's just like.
I can always say that shit now, like the alphabet people. Niggas always say that, no matter what. I didn't even know what he was talking about. I was like, the alphabet people?
Yeah,
what the fuck is he talking about?
Because when I was in that Lenox Mall in Atlanta, I saw a lot of alphabet people, bro. Like the shit was a shock to my system. Like it was out and about. I'm just like, damn. Okay.
But what's going on? Is it like an event or what the fuck?
No, regular day at the, that's what we saying. You can see that type of shit on regular days, bro.
That's in every big city. I'm in New York, so I see that shit all the time, unfortunately, much to my chagrin.
No, but Atlanta's flamboyant. Like,
Nigga, I ain't seen no shit like that in
Y'all
Chicago.
won't do it. Y'all gotta be there to see it, man. I'm telling you. I could say the same thing now. Going to Los Olas, downtown Fort Lauderdale, or South Beach. Yeah, they out there. But I'm saying you seeing that at the clubs, all that shit, yada yada. But we're talking about a regular fucking day, nigga.
In Atlanta, bro, like
regular shit, like it's different. I'm telling you,
it's different. Like it's like I mean, like I say, even in Boston, like I mean,
what is it about the fucking? What it is about
you
the
not
city?
prepared for it. Look, how often you see a nigga with damn booty shorts on or tank top skirts
and they're walking with some real thugged out niggas out there, like niggas that you swear wouldn't be,
what
about that life.
Like, what?
It's
I don't
really
even know if
like
I'm ever drive through that motherfucker.
It's live and let live, bro. But it's a different type of.
But I'm not trying to fuck up my eyes like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying because I know you gonna see it in the cities and shit. Yeah, you see it. You become desensitized.
I mean, you may see it, but I mean, going down the street and it's just niggas holding hand down the whole street.
Bro,
like,
it's like Wilton Manors.
Yeah.
Nigga, I ain't never been there either.
Well, alright, bro. Yeah.
Niggas trapping in the bando wearing dresses.
That's wrong.
Pretty much.
The niggas going hard in ATL. Yo,
it is what it is. Like,
Shout out to ATL.
Y'all niggas don't let me know ATL nigga listen to this. Like, man, fuck y'all niggas, man.
Yeah, right.
Shout out Atlanta, y'all niggas. Y'all niggas strong. Y'all niggas bold.
Put it out.
Yeah, and that ATL crack about ATL though it was a perfect segue into that alphabet people skit, man. It was perfect. Like it was like, nigga was talking about so the G's are driving the car, next to L's are in the passenger seat, and everyone likes the L except the G's, and then nobody likes the T's and shit like that, and I'm just like, damn. Like
they're just in the back looking out the window.
And they talk about the cues or the hitchhiker that they pick up on the road. Just like, wow.
Yo, the hitchhiker part was funny as hell.
The shit that had me was the T's. They're like they hate the T's for everything. It's talking about I gotta use the bathroom. Hold it, we don't got another bathroom for y'all in 4 states.
It's so hard.
Oh man.
Bro, I was just like, wow. I was like, this nigga really went there with this, and I think that skit is probably the bulk of why people, why the critics are like, oh no, Dave is no longer edgy. He's just the old black bigot, or something like that. He wants to be black bigot. I'm saying
he put a dent in their shield. That's what it was. He showed that they're human too, because we forget that because they police everybody. If you say one little thing, niggas is like, oh, hold on. You see how they did Tracy Morgan?
Right.
Yeah, they did Kevin Hart. Even Kevin Hart. They was like,
even said that.
Yeah.
Hold on, nigga. You part of us. You gotta apologize again, nigga. That nigga was like, fuck that.
Even when Ellen DeGeneres was like cool with it and all that shit, they was mad at her for being cool with Kevin Hart. So you see the power they have, like
Wait for
what time niggas called that shit out.
Yeah, and then
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, in the whole skit that Dave was talking about standards and practices, and he was talking about David. There's no way that you ever say the word, and he said like faggot on our network, and then Dave's like, seriously, I want to know why is it that why can I can say the word nigger with impunity, but I can't say the word faggot? And then because she said, because David, you are not gay, and Dave's like, well, Renee, I'm not a nigger either. I was just like, facts, facts, and I was like, that was perfect.
That shit hit hard. I like a Floyd pull counter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like bow, like oh shit, like.
I mean, if we're talking football terms, that was like a walk-off touchdown and shit, nigga. You know, if we're talking football.
Hold on, no touchdown dance after that one.
No, you just go straight to the locker room.
Exactly.
No interview, no nothing.
Awesome Forrest Gump shit.
No, you gotta have a little more swag than Forrest Gump. You can't do that shit at Forrest Gump it. You gotta walk up like yeah.
Just run home. Go ahead.
Throw the jersey at somebody's face, like fuck it. Yeah. I don't need it anymore.
And then of course, you know, then he started doing the Chinese impression, which surprisingly no one has really raised any hell about. Which I thought
that shit was so funny.
Yeah, like maybe,
I think it's pick and choose.
Yeah, like, I was thinking that would actually raise some eyebrows. So I was like, we're doing that in 2019, Dave.
Yeah, well,
you know what? Not because his wife though.
I can tell, because he has an Asian wife, and I can tell you, like, in experience, like that Chinese people and like a lot of Asians in general aren't like so quick to like fucking outrage. Like they like in their culture they really don't. Like they kind of just let it go, but like they know it's disrespectful, but they don't like speak up about it. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I see it in the Chinese food place all the time. Niggas just snap on them, make the noise and be like, oh yeah, and them niggas. They just say some shit under their breath, like, "Oh, this bitch ass nigga," or some shit.
Or they'll snap at
They're not gonna jump across the counter and do some karate moves on their ass, but
no, nigga, not where we live at. Now maybe at the nail salon. None of the motherfuckers gonna reach over no counter after fucking on my damn got pan or whatever the fuck. You gonna fuck up my egg foo young and jump over the counter too? Oh hell no, nigga. Shit. Say that Donnie Yen shit for the birds, motherfucker.
Oh my god, yeah, and it's just crazy. It's like, but like I said, no one says shit, and then of course he goes in. Louis C.K. and his
Louis shit funny.
Yeah. And then
I never even knew that shit happened.
I did.
That was funny though.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that shit happened. And I watched Louis C.K. I don't know, that nigga.
That's right. That was a big thing.
That was big. Like, but it's just like how the Boondocks did the whole R. Kelly shit. Like, you know, if a dude about to pee, like, just move. That was the whole funny part. Like, you seriously gonna let this dude just stand in front of you, or y'all chilling and he's gonna pull out his dick, start beating? Like, leave, nigga.
Oh, it's that computer love stuff.
Louis C.K.
Okay, yeah, you might have to repeat that because you were.
Yeah, you had to repeat that.
Repeat that.
What happened with Louis C.K.?
Oh, he was masturbating in front of.
Yeah, he was masturbating in front of some like chicks and shit like that. And, yeah.
And no one tried to tell him to stop or beat his ass or anything. They just watched in shock and horror. I don't know how long it lasted.
Why didn't they just walk away?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's the whole mystery.
Like,
Probably because it was turning them on, but they, you know, Me Too strong in this day and era. And I figured, I can get the bag reporting this. So, bam, you know, and that's where now he's in comedy clubs and shit. Like now he's not on TV or movies anymore. That's for damn sure.
But I still think he got bread and shit. Like, I don't think he hurting, but and they try to hurt his brand. But I just look at it like, you know, leave. I mean, if a bitch started doing some shit like that in front of some niggas, you know, if a nigga stay there to watch the whole thing and then he leave and he's like, well, she sexually assaulted me, I'm gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's like I would say it to a female if that happened to them and, you know, they come tell me, I'm like, hold on, did he hurt you? He hit you? No. He spit on you? No.
And it was a group?
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I mean,
what the fuck?
I mean,
this nigga's like, yo, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, like
you need
I
to
said,
investigate.
Yeah, I mean, the second that he takes that out. I mean, you should, leave if you don't want to see that. And now, honestly, Louis C.K. should not be doing that.
What the fuck was he doing? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying. I mean, that's a deviant. That's deviant right there. You shouldn't be doing
That's some weird shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, two deviants don't make a right. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Nah, I make a super deviant, nigga. They could like fly and shit, like jump over buildings, read your mind, read your freaky thoughts and shit. Like, yeah, this motherfucker, he about to do some freaky shit. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. And this shit is crazy. Like, and of course he went in on anti-abortion, and then the school shooting drill. I was like, damn. And that was actually pretty profound too. Talking about kids have to do drills in school now. Have to do,
and how you training the killers, the shooters.
Yeah, because the killers are in there listening, learning like that.
They're like, all right, so we go down 2 hallways.
And I was like, facts.
Yes, that is a fact.
Yeah, like they don't even think of that. Like, y'all doing all these drills. Like, y'all could at least call them just keep calling them fire drills.
You know what I'm saying? Right?
Don't change the fucking name.
I mean, LB. I mean, we grew up in where we saw Columbine go down in high school, bruh, and we didn't have to do no goddamn drills. You know what I'm saying? But
because that shit happened. I think I was in 9th grade when Columbine happened. So
yeah, Columbine.
We still have fire drills after that. No fucking. And we've had people bring weapons to the school after that. So
same here with mine. Like, there's a cat from my neighborhood, because he had beef at some cat at some party that happened. Brought in a nigga be good special. I'm just like, and he was showing off in gym class because I had that first period. I was like, okay, this is interesting. And then bam, like this shit was all over. It was in the news and everything, bro. It was wow. And I'm like, and I went in my high school was. Before that was tamed, but now it's a different high school now.
Patscorpio went to the high school. They had Lean On Me on and shit, man. Like,
it wasn't
nigga.
Like I came in there, it wasn't grimy. When I left there, it got grimy because there was a police force. There's a police force in that school right now, and
New Jersey drive ass nigga.
Metal detectors, and there's a whole security booth has all that shit now. But I still got a quality education. That's what counts. So that's all I can. But yeah, it was kind of wild though. I was like, damn, these kids are actually doing drills now. Like there's no such thing as a one-off because motherfuckers like going into schools and shooting up things. Not only shooting up other people, also shooting up them, themselves. Which I think bring us to his last bit on the heroin addicted, opiate addicted whites. That shit had me fucking rolling. That shit had me crying, laughing from all the stuff from him talking about buckshot, birdshot, between that talk about his village Jamaican buckshot. To this kid that he's talking about the heroin addicted white that's in his kitchen, and he was instilling change. I was just like, wow. I was like, this is, this shit he had me dying. And then of course, then his imitation after he shot the opiate addicted white with the buckshot. So I go, you shot me, bro.
The voice he made.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, Dave is just killing it. I was like, it's like all facts. Like that's the good thing about this documentary. The stand-up. Like everything was just flowing. Documentary, but everything was just flowing. And then of course I can't forget Juicy Smollett or whatever. Juicy Smollett.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny too because me and LB and PJ we did a podcast on Juicy Smollett, and it was jokes. We was going off on that.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was funny as hell. Like, yeah, especially the whole Nigerian part.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
yeah, no, yeah. I was kind of upset, and I let it be known how upset.
Hey, whoever did that, don't let Pat run into y'all niggas. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, y'all fucked up.
Yo, but like now, I mean, like if you want to talk about, he called this nigga a very famous French actor. So like this nigga's not like I was like Juicy Smollett, and I was like, oh, he's talking about that dude, and then of course, pretty much he reiterated what we all said, like
with the hold on Subway, 2 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
I swear it's like this nigga literally was like saying all the shit we was saying.
Exactly, and then of course he touched upon how the black community, we were getting like, because we weren't openly supporting him like everyone else, gays, whites, Hispanics, everyone else except was outwardly like supporting him, but we were staying quiet. We were just listening to some details like, And Dave brought that up. He was like, yeah, it was like, yeah, because they knew he was lying.
Like this nigga's lying. And then with the whole bleach and the
and then the rope around the neck.
Oh like, yeah, who carries rope?
During the polar vortex of all.
Yeah. He's like, so they had a MAGA hat on. He's like, hold up, someone find out where Kanye was.
Oh my god!
I ain't gonna lie, that whole special, it just hit each. It's like listen to a fire album and every song is dope, and you got a few that you go back to. Like that was this shit.
Yeah, it was, and then he tied it all up at the end with his the dance at the middle school thing, because he was talking about how how he was poor when you were growing up or whatever, and then of course, and he was talking about how the kids used to tease him about it. All kids were laughing because I think the dance was like $3 or something like that. So he brought like 300 pennies to get inside. and then after the kids were laughing at him, talking about, look how poor Dave Chappelle is. And then he was talking about, that was the only time in my life that I ever thought to myself, I should kill everyone at school. And I was just like, oh, wrap that shit
I ain't gonna lie, he was, because on that damn, when your ass is broke at school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you look broke or act broke, or both,
the kids are so fucking mean.
Yeah,
bro.
Kids are mean, and that's what. It's like, so some people they become stronger. Other they do bad things.
Yeah, being a broke boy at school was not. Yeah, that was not. you would get your ass handed to you.
Exactly, unless of course you were good in sports, or super good at sports, or you could actually whoop some ass.
Yeah, or
because doing homework for niggas and tutoring them didn't really help you, in that regard.
And sometimes they really didn't even help them either.
I think in my school, I know like the dope boys were always the fucking ones that everybody loved the most. Like that shit was real. So like, is what it is.
Yeah, it was always on the hierarchy. Like you had the jocks, the dope boys. And I guess the little street niggas.
Yeah, you had your regular niggas like the athletes. You had your regular niggas out there that like everyone seems like they get through. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I want to be cool with them. And then me, I was just like, I just knew all the cool niggas, but I wasn't cool myself.
I was the nerd. Yeah, I was a nerd. So
there was nothing like. Basically, like, this was the '90s, so of course the Steve Urkel thing was strong.
Yeah.
Any black
what
dude.
What the fuck going on? Like, nah. I ain't trying to hear all this shit. Nah.
Niggas was different. You're light skinned though. I'm pretty sure it's different for you.
God
damn, he took it there.
Like what that supposed to be?
Nigga, I know, you know exactly what I'm talking about, nigga.
Yeah, like, I definitely feel you there, but like, cause I know that like in my school, like around me, like the number one priority was how can you dress, and if you couldn't fucking dress, you were clown to oblivion. It's like, nigga, I don't come from money. Like my parents don't got much to fuck. I got what I got.
Man, no 13-year-old ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, no.
But no.
12-year-old don't care if your mom.
Niggas like this is how everything was backwards. Everything was like, okay, so in high school you couldn't win for shit because it's like, okay, so you can't dress. but because I don't have money. But if I came from parents that had money, it's like, well, you just because your parents got you that shit.
Yeah, you spoiled ass nigga.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah, you couldn't.
You expect to get anything?
Nah, because look, there's a balance you gotta have. You just gotta be a cool ass nigga.
Right. And then,
it shows. You know niggas who come from money or they cool, they well off, but they no asshole about it, and you cool with them. Then there's niggas who they come from money and they straight pricks, and you don't want to deal with them. Yeah. Just like there's some niggas who who on some thug shit, and you're like, yeah, he cool. Then there's some niggas who on some thug shit, but they rah, and annoying as fuck with it. Like, you just gotta be a relatable, cool ass nigga at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, that only works to a degree. I mean, like I said,
or 6'4", shit.
Nigga, I wasn't 6'4" in my school days, bruh. Okay, and I wasn't diesel either, nigga.
Nigga, I was just 5'9". I'm 5'10" now. What the fuck?
I mean, like I said, I was lanky. Like, I was like 5'10", 5'11" by the time I graduated high school.
See, motherfuckers taller than me then.
I was like 100. I was between 165 and 185, bro.
I was short as fuck in high school. I was like 5'5".
Fucking midgets over here. Yo, Rome, what about you, man? I know
we the same height now. We the same height now. I just grew late. Fuck.
Yeah, Rome. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Rome is doing, yo.
Yeah.
Rome, what the fuck is you doing, bro?
Y'all niggas started going in on high school and shit.
But it's different. Like, I mean, when you look at Steve Rocco, like, you gotta, luckily I could play sport, and that was the thing. And of course I had hands, so that, thank God for all of that, But damn, I remember those days because when you're African, it's hard to make moves there, and my family wasn't broke or anything like that. But I didn't dress cool or anything like that. So you get roasted, you get roasted by a whole bunch of people, man.
Oh, so you ain't had no Carl Kanai outfits, nigga?
I don't know, nigga.
You ain't had no Fat Farm, no FUBU.
Nigga, I am African. I don't know if
no iceberg.
I don't know. I don't know if you had any. I mean, the nicest thing I had some South Pole shit, bro, back in the mid '90s, bro. That was some red, black, and white shit with the South Pole shit. It was logo over it.
By the time I was in high school, South Pole was completely out of style. You would get your ass clowned if you was rocking South Pole.
Yeah, luckily it was the mid '90s, so that shit was in along with FUBU and stuff like that. And of course any type of jeans that was baggy.
Damn, because nigga, baggy jeans ain't never run out of style to me. Like I never wore no tight fuck ass skinny jeans.
I'm not wearing baggy, but I'm not wearing skinny either. There's a nice medium. Like, I don't know, but
I mean loose is loose, but ain't no skinny. Nah, that's
I won't wear skinny. I won't wear skinny at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now I wear. I mean, yeah, I don't do baggy anymore. I could do athletic. That's.
Because this is the thing. When a nigga say baggy, motherfuckers be thinking some crisscross shit or some Debrak.
Well, no, I mean, actually,
nigga, they talk about like that type of shit. This baggy jeans, nigga.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's levels to baggy. Like even back then, my jeans were never baggy. That like they would never go below my waist. Like I would never be one of those niggas that had their pants hanging below their ass and shit like that. That would never be me. My jeans were baggy because they were the length. Because I didn't like fucking, even to this day, they're always like longer than they should be because I don't like fucking high waters.
Word, facts. Yeah, so it's just like, so that whole skit with Dave Chappelle and everything like that, like that spoke to me. Rome, what you saying?
Yeah, I don't know, my audio is fucked up. I can only hear like you.
With all that shit you said about Eddie Murphy in the beginning.
Yeah. Okay, now I can hear everybody. I don't know. I don't hear nobody, but what I heard was, yo, Rome, 6'4" niggas.
Nah, because basically everybody was reminiscing on how their high school experiences was, and
yeah.
Evidently, I had it bad because I'm light skinned. I mean, according to Pat, that's what
I'm light skinned too.
And I'm short too. So, all these niggas is like,
nigga, we the same height. Yeah.
So I was
I was pretty straight, man. I was on the football team. football team, basketball team. I was in band. I was in choir. I was on a homecoming sophomore
you
year.
weren't one of these losers.
No, I was one of the cool niggas, I guess.
See, okay. See, now the podcast feel bad. I felt like I was like, damn, I'm the only cool nigga on this shit. Hold on.
No,
like I say, well, fuck it. I was a late bloomer, man. I got, I learned the game late, and then I flew.
Me too. We both late bloomers.
I mean, long as you get there, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
everybody shoot up the fucking school.
If I knew, I can tell you, if I had the knowledge that I have now, 10 years ago, I could have bagged so many more girls than I did. I can tell you that.
Ditto. Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, like I said though, that last part, it hit, because you could relate to it, and then of course it tied up to all the other shit he was talking about before. So and of course, they had that, I think it was that Kendrick Lamar song that was playing at the end, at the outro and shit like that. And that hour for that special, it just flew by, man. I was just like, Dave got it. Like Dave is that dude. That's how I felt at the end of that special. What about you guys?
I mean, Dave is not going.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching it, I kept checking to see how much time was left. I'm like, damn, I hope this shit is a whole bunch of time left. You feel me? After every skit, I was like, damn, how much he got left? I don't want this shit to end type shit. That shit was super fire.
Exactly.
The classic, like it went by fast. Every joke hit. It was just good. It was classic. Like, and I'm not a nigga that watch stand-up comedies like that. At least not recently. That was more like a 90s and 2000, early 2000 thing. Like, I watch stand-ups on some random shit. Yeah. I'll fuck with a movie over that because you know what I mean.
Right.
I watch a lot of stand-ups, and that shit.
Yeah, but see, Netflix, everybody got a
only stand-up you want to keep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
man, it's too many of them, man. It's like rappers now. It's too many of these motherfuckers. Like, I don't know these niggas.
Yeah.
But some people are funny though.
Every now and then a legend drop one, and then you got to check it out. And that's what Chappelle was. Chappelle was the legend that I had to check out. But all these other motherfuckers I don't know nothing about, Netflix giving deals, that I'm gonna start stand up because I'm like, fuck it. Let me get one of these Netflix deals.
No, hey,
the boxing special, nigga.
Bill Burr dropping one this week. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah, I heard. But yeah, Bill Burr. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill
funny
Burr.
As
yeah.
fuck.
He's funny.
His Netflix special dropped this week, so we should check that out next.
Yeah,
he the one that got that show too, right? That cartoon on Netflix.
I've never seen him on a show or a movie.
Damn, I can't remember the fucking name of it, but damn, Bill Burr.
Yeah, we definitely.
Funny.
He's funny though. He's funny. Like, but I can't remember the show he has now.
Yeah, definitely. Like, obviously, there's a lot of stamps in there, and then, just like LB said, like some people just gotta sit down and actually watch it. And like, Dave Chappelle automatically gets that because Dave Chappelle. He doesn't really act. He's been in a couple movies like Chirac, and then that other movie with Bradley Cooper. I didn't check the Bradley Cooper movie because I didn't really like the premise of it, but Chirac was cool. But yeah, because he's kind of fall back and actually doing.
Hold on, the same Chirac that Spike Lee did that everybody universally shitted on, especially niggas from Chirac. Not that Chirac.
Yeah, that.
Oh, that one. Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Damn,
I didn't see it.
Pat be seeing everything. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, I watched that with my lady, so it was a musical above all. I think that's part of it.
It's a musical. Fuck that.
But yeah,
it's a musical without those Chief Keef bars and no Common bars and don't make no Chicago musical without those rappers, nigga.
Well, without Chief Keef, it would be music because Chief Keef would just turn into garbage, bro.
Hey, no Chicago slander will be handled on this podcast.
We're not slandering Chicago, we're just slandering Chief.
Nah, Chief Keef started the whole culture.
Yeah, he wasn't that good. I don't know. I don't.
He's not that good though.
He got some album fire. Y'all sleep.
Oh, man, yo.
Everybody go
I
listen to
journey though.
Y'all gonna have to end this because now this nigga go on a tirade
about Herbo. You fuck
Chief
You got fucking
Herbo, that nigga.
to be continued.
Yeah, this will be some to be continued, and trust me, this will
The best Chicago rapper.
Yeah, that'll probably
Herbo, Twister, Common, Chief Keef.
Common for me.
Shauna, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Shauna was.
Common.
I don't know. I might say Twister for me, but Common might be number 2.
Common for me.
Yeah, it'll probably be by default Common and Twister second. And
Chief Keef number 3.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I could probably find some obscure rapper.
He'll name like 20 more niggas, like Do or Die, Snipers. Who else?
Do or Die.
The chick that was on the Gotham City remix. Oh no, Roger Troutman.
Yo,
I heard auto tune.
right.
I was like, damn, hold on, with Akon? T-Pain?
Niggas on that speak box like shooby doo wop like nigga.
Shooby wop. Chirac. Hold on, I'm sounding like academics now.
But yo, so let me wrap this up real quick because I got a couple things I gotta do today. Actually, I got one thing I got to do, but I need to get to that. But yeah, like I said, Chappelle's special sticks and stones. We need more of that in comedy. Like comedy is supposed to be about pushing the envelope and trying to make light of things. Like this world cannot be so PC. We can't. We have to be selective on what we laugh at. If I find something funny, if it sounds homophobic, transphobic, or whatever. And it's okay to pick one. I mean, like I say, we can't just choose left and like say ha ha or no, we can't say that. We'll get in trouble or whatever. I mean, I didn't grow up in that type of era of comedy, and I don't want to see that type. I mean, I want to see some edginess because we lost a lot. Comedy's gone a little soft. I want to see some damn edginess in today's comedy. And yes, I like clean comedy and all that stuff. And I grew up with Bill Cosby. Duh. But I want some.
Damn, that's one comedian I never really fucked with. Bill Cosby. I never really watched the Cosby like that. Family Matters. None of that shit.
I did. Not surprisingly, right?
Nah, Married with Children was the only shit I could relate to.
Hey, I related to that shit too, but none of them niggas were comedians though, so
I know.
But yeah, like I said, we just need more specials like that. Like Dave Chappelle's Sticks was a breath of fresh air, and hopefully Netflix sees that and like, okay, the next comedian I got something edgy, I want to pay you. And I want you to push that envelope. And I want all the critics, like, if you're a bleeding heart, man, it's not for you. Just don't listen. I mean, like he said, you clicked on his face. I mean, it's his special. You clearly want to watch it, and most likely you'll probably watch something of his again when he drops something. So it's just like, it's just like it's all nonsense. You know what I mean? So,
can't cancel Dave Chappelle.
You can't cancel Dave Chappelle.
He's above it. He above it. Like who cares about being canceled if you get to say some jokes for another hour and get 50 mil?
Right? You know what I'm saying? So that's his life. That's
the big takeaway from all of this. Build your shit up without the fucking alphabets or this nigga, that nigga, the government, whoever the fuck trying to put a ceiling over your head.
Facts. Pure facts.
This cancel bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean that sums it up perfectly. So final thoughts, guys, before we get up out of here.
Shit's fired. Go watch it, nigga. Support the nigga.
There you go. Straight to the point. P, you got something?
Start rolling with the punches.
Yes, always roll with the punches. We never stop over here.
Exactly.
Nah, I'm talking about them. I mean, we good over here.
Yeah, we never stop.
These niggas crying.
You know what I'm saying? Can't stop, won't stop, motherfucker.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ring gang forever.
Yeah, y'all niggas crying over some fucking jokes. Y'all niggas better man up.
So we got real problems in the world today. And Dave Chappelle's not one of them. You know what I mean? So
tell me about it.
You know,
we hurt my feelings. He talked about alphabets.
Ooh, exactly. You know, fuck out of here. You know, Dave Chappelle, man. We salute you. Ring Gang Radio salute you. We'll continue to support always. You know, just as long as you don't end up like Malik Yoba. Hey.
Bars.
Yeah, yo. So for myself, Patscorpio, the New England representative. For my man Shutterworth da Gawd, LB Go Artist. For King P, Bodega Boxing. You know, for Rome, Chi-Town. You know what I mean? All that. You know, this has been a great episode of Real Talk. Where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So till next time, peace.